With the NBA Builder coming this week, I am really looking forward to see how NBA 2K plans to make NBA 2K26 a game that you can play all year long. Let's talk about it. Bake fam! First and foremost, glory to God. Thank you for giving us another opportunity to do what we love to do today. We talking about the builder. Look, I know the community has been in a frenzy about dribbling, shooting, RNG, and all that woo-woo, wah-wah, all that nonsense. But at the end of the day, just wait till the game come out, or wait till you actually see some gameplay to start coming up with some opinions, because 2K got y'all in the chokehold, talking about nonsense and stuff you ain't gonna even know until the game finally in your hands. But let's get into this builder. Now, when 2K did their courtside report, when they did game reveals and when to expect what, they said this about the builder. They said builds with new insights. We know how important the process of creating your My Player is, which is why we've added more depth and quality of life improvements to the builder to help you better understand the type of build you're making. With new advanced tools like the ability to preview unlockable body types and more, the builder is packed with upgrades designed to give you more context, more control, and more ways to create your perfect build. And on top of that, they did not just say that, they also said fresh play styles year round by saying this: My Player Builder in NBA 2K26 double downs on everything the community loved in 25 and more. Cap breakers return with big improvements alongside even more new ways to improve upon your build that rewards smarter progression and gives you a new way to evolve your playstyle all year long. The 5-level takeover and takeover ability system returns with a streamlined progression system and gives you more control over how you dominate the court. And lastly, they also talked about build diversity by saying this: the My Player Builder has been balanced to ensure that all heights, short and tall, can be effective on the court and encourage more build diversity. Overall, the My Player Builder remains intuitive for beginners, but veteran players can deep dive into creating their perfect build. August keeps the ball rolling with the full My Player Builder courtside report explaining and expanded up for mention new insights, fresh play styles, and new build diversity with a host of other new enhancements. Now let me breathe a little bit, because that was a whole lot of information that I just read, and I just want to unpack these things layer by layer. Now, first and foremost, man, 2K is trying to make the builder process more streamlined and more convenient for all of us. They're trying to give us some quality of life things and some ways to help build the best build moving forward. But at the end of the day, it's hard to make the best build at first when you never played the game and you don't know what the meta and the gameplay is going to dictate and be like. But the fact that they're making it intentional, or being intentional, to give us something that we can be useful and be a tool to make a good build to help save us money, I gotta give them some props on that. Secondly, with the fact that 2K is trying to make your build useful all year long with cap breakers and new ways to progress your build, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do that. And do we get more cap breakers? Do we stay capped at 15 and then we unlock at 20? Like, how are we gonna do this thing, and will we be able to take our build beyond the cap this year, having some of the attributes we had last year and taking our build to the ultimate demis of demigods? But one thing that really stood out to me in this article, or in this courtside report, is that they said both short and tall builds are going to be reliable and useful. Now the question is, how does 2K make both builds reliable and useful? Because you know us as a community, we don't use reliable and useful. We use overpowering. We use the best bang for your buck. We try to figure out the best way to cheat the system. So will 2K be able to balance this once and for all? Now, I ain't gonna hold you. In 2K20, in 2K22, and even in 2K25, there was a lot of build diversity. There was a lot of build variety. But at the end of the day, the 2K community will always be the 2K community, meaning they will make the most utilized and the most used builds in our community. Whatever their favorite YouTuber are using, whatever somebody tell you this is the greatest build, the best build, they're going to utilize it. Because I feel like in 25, there was a lot of different variety of builds. If you was 6'8", yes, you was handicapped when it came to the dribbling, but you could still be useful on taller builds or taller guards. You just had to be crazy with them stick skills, and a lot of y'all not like that. Let's just call a spade a spade. And if you wanted to be a big man, you can have a lot of variety. You could have been a 7'3", a 7'2", a 7-footer. It just depends on how you wanted your play style to mimic and what kind of play style you wanted to have in 25. But when you wanted to get jiggy with it and you wanted to have the most bang for your buck, 6'4" and below was the way to go. Let's keep it a stat. You was able to get everything you needed at 6'4", and strength and shooting and dribbling. You just made it in different variety of ways. But if you wanted to go lower than that, you could. The only thing you probably wasn't useful at is probably a 5'7". Let's call it spade a spade. But at the end of the day, will 2K master this equation for the first time ever? And even if they do, I think the community is still going to be the community. Even if they make all builds useful, they're going to find the best animation, the fastest animation, the best jump shots, the best attributes, the best badges that mimics the best play style that they want to have in this game. And that play style is a winning play style. They're willing to do whatever it takes as long as it's going to allow them to win as many games as it takes. That's why you see Zims going crazy. It's not about integrity no more. It's just about winning, and winning by any means necessary. But at the end of the day, I gotta give 2K credit for the direction of where they're trying to go. The question is, whatever direction they go, will the 2K community follow? Or are they still gonna go the way they wanna go? At the end of the day, I'm gonna make the builds I enjoy to make. I'm gonna dibble dab in that builder, and I'm gonna find ways to make the gameplay fun for your boy Bake. And that's what I kinda did in 25. I made a lot of different builds, different varieties, different variations, where I can just test them things out, man. I have slashers, shooters, speedsters, power builds, big builds, shoot, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna try to do the same thing in 2K26 if they're gonna give me more tools and more resources to make better builds. But we're gonna find out probably Tuesday or most likely Thursday when they do another stream on the direction they're planning on going with the builder this year. But the advice I want to give everybody in this community is make your own goddamn build, man. Excuse my language, but I had to say it like that. Be yourself, be creative, and be authentic. And if you need some support, use people builds as templates, but don't be a copycatter. Please, man, please. That's what's killing the game in the first place. And these randoms. And we're going to get to that very soon. But live life stressless. You're rocking one of the best. Without God, my life would be a mess. Always remember to have faith, hope, and love. Until we meet again through the grace of God, tell somebody you love them. Peace.